The story begins with a boy named Riki, who has been sentenced to 10 years in prison for murder. If this were an ordinary prison, he might have easily survived those 10 years. But this is a prison of the future. After 2001, governments around the world privatized all prisons. This means the wardens rule within these four walls. These greedy, money-hungry people use prisoners as slaves. But they have no idea who has entered their prison. A bus full of prisoners passes the checkpoint and reaches the maximum security zone. Like all other prisons, this too is a private prison. One by one, all the prisoners confess their names and crimes to the prison officers. But then one of them starts showing attitude. His name is Riki, sentenced to 10 years for murder. Ignoring the guard's orders, he walks straight through the metal detector. Suddenly, the detector starts beeping. The guards think Riki is carrying a weapon, but what the X-ray reveals is shocking. Riki has 5 bullets lodged in his chest. The guards ask, "Why didn't you remove them?" Riki smiles and replies, "I kept them as souvenirs. As long as I live, they stay with me." It was clear Riki wasn't an ordinary man. His pain tolerance was insane. Then we're told the prison is divided into 4 blocks, each controlled by a prisoner chosen by the warden. The warden is the most powerful person in the prison. After him comes the assistant warden, who runs everything in his absence. In the next scene, we see an old man being harassed by some prisoners. They break his wooden train, which he had carefully made for his son. Other prisoners just stand there watching. No one dares to help. Turns out the old man was about to be released in a few days. But the captain's right-hand man, Samuel, threatens him, saying, "You're not leaving until I say so." Hearing this, the old man gets furious and grabs a wood-cutting tool to attack him. But Samuel quickly overpowers him and brutally slices his face. Hearing his screams, the guards arrive. But instead of helping, they let Samuel go and try to cover it up. As Samuel walks away, Riki blocks his path, making him fall onto a nail. Samuel screams in pain, but his men don't dare confront Riki and take their boss to the doctor first. Samuel survives, but loses one eye. He wants Riki dead, but one of his men says, "Boss, no need to do it yourself. We can send Mad Dragon." Mad Dragon is an extremely dangerous and powerful prisoner with an uncontrollable hunger. He's currently in isolation because he ate the warden's horse. The next day, Samuel bribes the guards to release Mad Dragon to kill Riki. Meanwhile, the old prisoner is told by a guard that his release has been canceled. He now has to serve his full sentence. Hearing this, the old man breaks down, begging for mercy. But no one shows him any. Instead, they beat him brutally and leave, treating him like trash. Broken by the system, the old man eventually commits suicide. That night, when the guards find him hanging, they take his body down. Prisoners talk about how he was tortured and how Samuel pushed him to suicide. Riki sits silently in his cell, listening. When the guards carry the body away, Riki stands in front of them and says, "He's dead. At least let him go in peace." Riki breaks his chains. He even repairs the wooden train the old man made. But sadly, his son will never see his father again. To release his rage, Riki trains kung fu in the middle of a storm. He realizes that to survive here, he must fight every day. Otherwise, he'll meet the same fate. The next day, while all prisoners are bathing, guards order everyone to leave. Riki stays behind. Soon, Mad Dragon arrives. Before Riki understands anything, Mad Dragon lands a heavy punch, sending him flying. Riki doesn't want to fight at first, but when he realizes this man is here to kill him, he strikes back with a powerful punch to the stomach, causing Mad Dragon's insides to spill out. Even after witnessing this horrific death, Samuel isn't scared and attacks Riki. But Riki instantly grabs his hand, breaks his fingers, and pulls out the nail stuck in it like it's nothing. Hearing the screams, guards rush in, but they're too late. Riki has already killed Samuel. No one dares to stop him. but Riki surrenders without resistance. The North Block captain is impressed by his strength and offers him a position, but Riki refuses and walks away. The impact from Mad Dragon's punch dislodges the bullets in Riki's chest, causing intense pain, but he endures it. A flashback shows young Riki in high school. Visiting his parents' graves, he meets a stranger, his uncle, who has been watching him from afar, knowing about his powers. Now, he decides to train him. Riki tries to attack, but his uncle knocks him down with one punch, showing he isn't ready. His uncle teaches him to control his body and mind. Soon, Riki becomes strong enough to break rocks with his bare hands. Back in the present, Riki hasn't slept all night. Guards take him to the assistant warden. The warden sits at a table full of food, with a fake eye and a hook instead of a hand. Reading Riki's report, they note he's a dangerous murderer with no family, but the last 2 years of his life are missing. The warden demands answers, but Riki stays silent. The warden shows him a letter. When Riki reaches for it, the warden stabs his hand with the hook and punches him repeatedly. Inside the letter is a photo, which the warden tears apart. Enraged, Riki splits the table in two. The warden shoots him, but Riki stops the bullet with his hand. He could kill the warden but chooses not to, giving him a warning instead. That night, Riki remembers happy moments with his girlfriend Misai and plays a flute melody. A guard warns him to stop or the flute will be broken. Riki stays silent, but the tune echoes in his mind. The next day, prisoners gather around a man accused of leaking information to guards and causing the old man's death. They plan to kill him, but Narumi intervenes, saying no one can kill without his permission. Andrew protests, calling out hypocrisy. Narumi doesn't like it and kills him brutally. Cyclops watches from afar and calls Narumi to discuss something. The warden orders Narumi to kill Riki to set an example. Narumi crucifies Andrew as a warning and challenges Riki. Riki agrees to fight, but asks him to free Andrew first. Narumi refuses and attacks, throwing glass shards into Riki's eyes, blinding him and cutting a tendon in his arm. Prisoners cheer for Riki. He washes his eyes and regains vision, then strikes Narumi so hard his eyes pop out. Riki pulls his tendons back and heals his arm. Narumi tries to kill himself but betrays Riki again. Riki finally kills him. He frees Andrew, but he's already dead. Prisoners start protesting against the warden, but other captains intervene brutally. Riki refuses to fight anymore, burdened by the deaths caused. He carries Andrew's body away. Cyclops offers him a captain position, but Riki ignores him. Narumi's adopted son Alan mourns his father. Riki teaches him how to make music with a leaf and apologizes. He notices Alan's tongue has been cut out. Saddened, Riki gives him his flute. Alan gives him papaya leaves and reveals the prison's dark secret. They're growing a drug called OPM. Wong overhears this. Now Riki is a threat. The captains plan against him. Wong tries to manipulate Alan to kill Riki, but when he refuses, Wong kills him. Riki finds Alan's body and loses it. He decides to spare no one. Soon alarms go off. Riki has burned the OPM farm. Wong attacks Riki's dead point, nearly killing him, but Riki survives the impossible. Later, someone stitches his body like a sack. Guards shoot at him, but he escapes. A room fills with cement, but Riki breaks out and even saves Kitama. The cement hardens on him, making him collapse like a statue. The next day, the warden arrives. He brutally punishes a prisoner over a carpet issue. Learning about the burned OPM farm, he loses control. Riki breaks out of cement and attacks him, but Kitama intervenes. Riki kills Kitama in a brutal fight. The warden activates a crushing ceiling and electrocutes Riki. Kitama tries to help Riki but dies in the press. Riki falls into a pit, gets buried alive for 7 days. Everyone thinks he's dead, but they hear his flute underground. Wong blocks his oxygen using a dog's liver. A flashback shows Misai being assaulted and committing suicide. Riki kills the drug dealer responsible, which led to his sentence. After 7 days, Riki is dug out, alive. The warden is shocked and tries to break him, but Riki stays silent despite torture. A prisoner secretly feeds him but is killed for it. Riki goes berserk, sparking a prison riot. The warden kills prisoners mercilessly. Finally, Riki confronts him. The warden transforms into a monster. Riki struggles but remembers his training and uses a meat grinder to destroy him. With the warden dead, Riki tells everyone they're free. He breaks the prison walls, letting all prisoners escape. And that's where the story ends.